They built the atomic bomb, and nobody talks about them. Between 1942 and 1944, around 15,000 black workers arrived in Richland, Washington, seeking better jobs and a fresh start in the Pacific Northwest. According to federal records and Manhattan Project documentation, they believed leaving the segregated South meant leaving segregation behind. They were wrong. The federal government had contracted DuPont to build nuclear facilities for something called the Manhattan Project. But nobody told the workers what they were actually building. Not the construction workers, not the laborers, not the cleaners or cooks. They had no idea the reactors and processing plants they were constructing would produce plutonium for the first atomic bombs. The federal government made one thing clear. There would be black workers on this project. Roosevelt's Executive Order 8802, issued June 25, 1941, had prohibited racial discrimination in defense industries. But the government imposed a limit. According to declassified Manhattan Engineer District records, black workers could make up no more than 10 to 20% of the workforce. Why? Government officials believed white workers would protest if black employees accounted for a larger percentage. They literally capped how many black people they could hire based on white people's comfort level. So DuPont brought in 15,000 African Americans from Mississippi, from Alabama, from Oklahoma, from Texas. They came with hope. They came for the 58-cent per hour wage, more than they could make down south. They came to build something they were told was critical to winning the war. And they came to a place that was just as segregated as the South they'd left behind. According to the National Archives and Hanford Site historical records, the black population of Pasco, Washington jumped from 27 people in 1940 to approximately 1,000 by 1950. But housing was segregated. Kennewick used racially restrictive covenants to keep black residents out entirely. Richland remained all white by only providing housing for scientists and professional staff. Black workers were crammed into segregated barracks or forced to live in makeshift shacks, tents, and trailers on the Hanford Reservation. According to the NAACP, and documented in National Park Service records, about 80% of restaurants, soda fountains, and lunch counters in Pasco refused to serve African Americans. Buses were segregated. Recreation areas were segregated. Swimming pool hours were divided by race. Lula Mae Little was a waitress working in the mess hall at Hanford. She had come north looking for opportunity, like thousands of others. But what she found devastated her. According to the Atomic Heritage Foundation, she referred to Hanford as the Mississippi of the North. Black men were relegated to unskilled labor, construction, digging, hauling. Black women were restricted to domestic work, cooking, waitressing, cleaning. Despite the equal pay policy for equal work, black workers were systematically blocked from skilled positions. Yet they kept working. They kept building. Day after day, night after night. Then, on August 6, 1945, the mystery was solved. The first atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima. 3 days later, a second bomb was dropped on Nagasaki. The plutonium in that bomb came from the reactors and processing plants these 15,000 black workers had built. In 1945, Chicago Tribune columnist Enoch P. Waters, who witnessed the Manhattan Project's treatment of black workers, wrote something that cuts to the heart of the contradiction. If through the work done here, America has advanced science, it is equally true that in the way it has forced Negroes to live here, America has retarded the cause of democracy. And this is ironical because it was to preserve democracy that this whole project was brought into being. Think about that. Black workers built the weapon that defeated fascism. Yet they were denied basic human dignity while doing it. They ended one war for freedom while living under systematic oppression at home. By late 1944, most construction was complete. The majority of African American workers scattered, moving to cities in the region or out of the Pacific Northwest entirely. but about 1,000 black workers and their families remained in East Pasco, forming the foundation of the African American community in the Tri-Cities region today. Their contribution to ending World War II was essential. Their presence in history is overlooked. For decades, America's atomic bomb narrative centered on scientists, on engineering marvels, on American ingenuity. But it wasn't built by genius alone. It was built by black hands, segregated hands, underpaid hands, hands that changed the course of human history while being treated as less than human. Here's what I need from you. Comment below. Tell me, did you know black workers built the atomic bomb? Did you know about the segregation at Hanford? Did you know about the 15,000 workers whose names history forgot? Like this video, share it with someone who needs to understand that the story of American achievement is inseparable from the story of American racism. Subscribe to Ikemefuna History TV. We tell the stories they buried, the contributions they erased, the workers they forgot. Every week, we go deeper into the hidden chapters of history, the ones that reveal who we really are as a nation. Because history isn't just about what happened. It's about who gets remembered and who gets left behind. These 15,000 workers deserve to be remembered.